All right, this one we're gonna watch 5 minutes of and see if we even like. It was also sent in the entire history of Naruto. I guess. Ah! Hey man, I finally get to show y'all why this is the goated. Why this show is goated, dog. I finally get to show you why this show is goated, nigga. Like you'll for those that haven't watched it, you'll finally understand now. You'll finally understand now. You'll finally understand. You understand me? So lock in. If you locked in, W's in the chat. The entire history of Naruto, I guess. Come on now.
The series has spanned 15 full years, and when it finally ended, fans were so upset that Kishimoto-sensei said, "Here, have this," and gave us Boruto. Love it or hate it, or love it. You have no choice. Boruto continues on, but for such a fresh series, a lot of fans might wonder what built up to the Boruto series. What's the history? I literally just started with Boruto and didn't even know there was a show before it. Well, have no fear. Your local Naruto...
I hope that's not a thing. Is that a thing? Are people out here starting with Boruto? Nigga, if you started with Boruto and you've never seen Naruto, bro, I will, nigga. Nigga, this should not be a thing. It shouldn't be. It just doesn't make sense. I can see it being a thing, but it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. You're missing how his dad became the GOAT, bro.
The historian is here. Let's get to work with a quick timeline of events. Close to 1,000 years ago, we have prehistory. We call it that because nobody cared to make a book or anything really describing it to us. We know they could read and write because we've seen them do as much, but I guess for a group of people who decided that the coolest names for the two countries would be the land of this and the land of that, we can't really expect much. That is, until a certain group of people appear. Enter Kaguya and Ishiki Otsutsuki. As Otsutsuki, their whole shtick is being an invasive species and
Yeety with the 10 gifted. Yeety with the 10 gifted. W Yeet. W Yeet. Perfect timing during the history of Naruto. Yeet knows what's up, bro. That's what it is. Yeet just knows what's good, bro. You saw Naruto come up, Yeet, and that was it, huh? That was it, huh? Don't worry, bro. We about to play all the Naruto games, too. We about to play them all. Don't even worry, Yeet. I got it for you, dog. We about to play all the Naruto games back to back to back to back to back to back. Don't even worry about it. I just unsubbed from you. What the fuck? Why do you niggas hate Naruto so much?
and killing everything for their own benefit.
Cole, he's my...
Oh, I keep going on the wrong account, so it's giving me ads.
The entire Naruto will appear. Enter Kaguya and Ishiki Otsutsuki. As Otsutsuki, their whole shtick is being an invasive species and killing everything for their own benefit. They decide to plant a big-ass tree that's designed to literally suck the life out of the planet like a freaking straw. But to do that, someone has to sacrifice themselves. Ishiki's like, okay Kaguya, time to get in the creature's mouth. But Kaguya was like, lol, Uno reverse card, and cuts bro in half. For some reason, she decides to only feed the Ten Tails the lower half of Ishiki, while the upper half pulls a Darth Maul and slinks away seething. He jumps into a wandering monk's ear and makes bro his new servant. Why Kaguya did this, I don't know, but at this point I'm halfway sure she's just bipolar, so I guess that's the answer. She decides to see what this humanity has to offer. She meets the king, and the king was like, damn girl, wanna have an affair or something? And Kaguya was like, sure, okay. She ends up getting pregnant, but totally forgets the king's rule of not assaulting foreign dignitaries, and bro decides to have her whacked. All he manages to whack is Kaguya's favorite handmaiden though, and so Kaguya was like, oh hell no. She goes, takes the fruit, and decides that everyone should sleep with the fishes, literally. But halfway through, she feels bad, I guess? And she sets some people free, only wiping their memory. But she still rules over them with an iron fist, and occasionally sends them off to become tree fertilizer. As I said, she might be bipolar. Anyway, she pops out two offspring who are half human, half horn alien. One has very special eyes, and the other just has regular eyes. I don't know. Probably about 20 years later, said boys are older now and end up seeing that their wonderful mom might not be as wonderful as she seems. She's pretty much taken over the world and is killing people every so often. They decide to have a civil conversation with her that ends with her saying, "I gave you life and I can take it away too." She merges with the god tree to become a monster, and then she takes La Chancla to her kids for about a month until the two boys decide it's time to move out
Time
and
to
send her
seal
the
you
old
away.
home that we call the moon. Oh yeah, by the way, the moon was created in this battle, and nobody cared enough to write it down. So the guy with the special eyes, Hagoromo, decides to stay here, while his brother, the less specialized boy, decides that he's a mama's boy and wants to live on the moon. More years pass. Hagoromo is now the father of two boys. I guess twins run in the family. Just like before, one is born with special eyes, and the other is born with not special eyes. But unlike before, the one that was sweet as a pixie stick is the one with stupid regular eyes. And that makes the one with the actually cool eyes kinda jealous. Basically, the one with cool eyes said, "You like your other son more than me," and Hagoromo was like, "Yes."
No.
So Indra, the cool-eyed boy, decides that he's gonna use chakra for evil and decides to destroy everyone. He fails though, and swears eternal.
So good. This ass video, ass topic. What do you mean? This is fun. Like, stop hating, bro. You're like, from getting, you're on the other side of the spectrum right now. All right, it's like there are the glazers and there are the super glazers and then the super haters. You're pretty much glazing too. Like, you're going out of your way. You're going out of your way right now, bro. You hit 6K subs? No way. There's no moment better than this moment right now. Hitting 6K subs while watching Naruto. Like, it's like, come on. W's in the chat. 6K followers, sorry. Hitting 6K followers while watching. W's in the chat. Thank you. Why, God? I don't know why. Sometimes, but just thank you. Thank you, God. What you mean, bro? Load it up. Load it up, baby. Load it up. That means we gotta finish this video now, right? Like, we have to, like, it's just right. We gotta finish it now, bro. It's just right.
Eternal vengeance against it and decides to destroy everyone. He fails though, and swears eternal vengeance against his family. He says that he'll keep reincarnating over and over and over again until he proves that he should have always been the favorite. But Ashura, the not special-eyed boy, decides to swear eternal not vengeance with his father, and vows to reincarnate to prove why he should always be the favorite. Hagoromo, having had enough of their crap, decides to just have a stroke and die. Thus begins the Warring States period. Now, once again, nobody cared enough to write anything down during this time. I guess it's because they just didn't really care about anything else except making babies and killing each other in an endless war that ironically was never called a world war. I mean, the Fourth Shinobi World War is more or less just a coalition against terrorism, and that's called a world war, but the bloodiest war in history? Nah, just a feud. 100-ish years before Naruto. Anyway, about 900 years or so after Kaguya and Ishiki came to Earth, Ishiki is still alive inside of Jigen and is biding his time. The descendants of Indra and Ashura have called themselves the Uchiha and Senju respectively, and they hate each other so bad they don't even remember why.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they don't even fucking know why.
For a while and maybe thought it out, but as a people who can't even remember to keep
I just don't like you.
Of the world, they decide it's better just to tell their family that it's duty, just keep going. That is until two babies are born. One's name is Hashirama Senju, and the other's name is Madara Uchiha. And before you guess, yes, these are the two reincarnations of the two sons of Hagoromo. You'd think they would hate each other, right? No. They actually meet by a river and have a pissing contest. They become BFFs for real. Their family pulls them apart though, and in some twisted Romeo and Juliet-like crap, Hashirama wants Madara to forsake his name. For a rose by any other name is just as sweet. But Madara decides, nah, I'm just gonna kill ya, and flushes their entire friendship down the toilet like the little turd
Typical
he is.
Uchiha shit, bro.
So
typical Uchiha shit, bro. Can't trust these niggas, bro. Huh? Typical Uchiha shit, bro. You cannot trust these niggas, man. It's like, bro, I'm showing you nothing but love, bro. I've been chasing you down for years, Sasuke. Just show me love back, man. All they want is violence and war. For what? For what?
The war continues. All of Hashirama's brothers die save the overly serious one, and the same is true of Madara, though his last brother is killed by Hashirama's overly serious brother. In his last moments on Earth, Madara's brother rips out his own eyes and gives them to his blind bro. Madara decides to use those eyes to get revenge, but sadly, he was a crappy leader, and his entire clan surrenders out from under him. Hashirama wants him to be a friend, but Madara's like, KYS. Hashirama says, fine, maybe I will, and Madara's like, wait bro, I was just joking. Don't do that. And so the two become friends again and decide to build a single village with all their pals. Despite this, Madara continues to be toxic and literally threatens the lives of two dignitaries, saying, listen, peewees, we're stronger than you. Swear loyalty to us or we'll kill ya. Madara does not kill them, but he does teach them what intimidation is, and so those nations begin intimidating all the other little nations around them and end up starting little wars all over the place. Hashirama's like, bro, seriously? And Madara's like, can I still be second Hokage though? Yeah, that wasn't happening. And because he didn't get his way, Madara decides to start yet another war with the Senju. But the Uchiha are like, man, we're living in peace.
That's what I'm saying.
We finally decided that dying for no reason is uncool.
Yeah, bro, we love this village, bro.
Madara, having been told no a second time, decides to kill everyone, and essentially leaves the server called Konoha, only to sock puppet about 12 times, getting kicked by
Look at the poll. What kind of poll are y'all niggas making in here? Naruto ass. Alright. Alright, bro. Like, alright. Alright. Like, what's the hate for, bro? It's unnecessary hater. Like, it's unnecessary, dog. Like, this is not necessary. Come on, bro. No, it's fire. It's fire. It's fire, bro. You'll see. You'll see. And if you hate it now, just wait till the end of this video. You'll see why it's goated.
Hashirama alone. Then Madara decides to bring the Nine Tails with him, and Hashirama's like kicked by everyone, and essentially screw yourself. Madara, having been told no a second time, decides to kill everyone, and essentially leaves the server called Konoha, only to sock puppet about 12 times, getting kicked by Hashirama alone. Then Madara decides to bring the Nine Tails with him, and Hashirama's like, hell no, I'm about to end this guy's whole career. So he waits until Madara can hardly keep his eyes open during battle and stabs him in the back.
Wow.
Madara dies, but he casts a jutsu to undo it, and undies about 2 days later after Tobirama was done with his autopsy. Bet that was fun. Gotta know how damn eyeballs work. Hashirama decides to take his wife and says, dear wife, would you like me to put a new life into your tummy? And she's like, yes, Hashirama. So Hashirama seals the Nine Tails inside of her. Mito is probably like, that wasn't what I had in mind. Hashirama then discovers that his main gimmick of using wood jutsu is actually really good at capturing tailed beasts, so he goes and encroaches upon 8 other sacred temples and decides to turn the most dangerous and venerated spirits in the world into his little purse chihuahuas. But what's worse, Tobirama makes him sell them to other nations. Ah yes, selling weapons of mass destruction to my enemies could never go wrong. A whole world war starts. And as Hashirama's dying on the battlefield for undisclosed reasons, I'm sure his last thought was, I wish I never listened to Tobirama.
Yeah.
Ironically,
Tobirama actually had some stupid ass decisions over and over again. You know, stupid ass. I think if Tobirama wasn't around, Madara might have not been as evil as he was. You know what I'm saying? If Tobirama is just, he's Donzo. He's really Donzo before Donzo. It's just like, relax, bro. Like, it's like, relax.
Sure, his last thought was, I wish I never listened to Tobirama. Ironically, Tobirama became second Hokage here, but that didn't last much longer than a month because he died just a little later to the Gold and Silver brothers after passing his title off to literally the first person he could think of, which was Hiruzen. Another bad choice by Tobirama. 40-ish years before Naruto. So begins the era of the empty chair. Hiruzen literally makes the worst decisions possible, and that leads to not only 1, but 2 world wars. The last one he surrendered in while winning. At this time, he takes on 3 students, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru. Fun fact, Tsunade was Hashirama Senju's granddaughter. He trains them up as best he can, but Orochimaru was always a bit of a snake in the grass. Sometime during this era, though, a bunch of nations got together and conspired against Konoha's greatest ally, Uzo Shiogakure, also known as the Hidden Eddy Village. At that time, a young girl named Kushina transfers to Konoha. A woman and man who had already left the village gave birth to a baby and named it Nagato. By the way, remember when I said Madara Uchiha undied? Well, after escaping, he used Hashirama Senju's cells to fix his wounds and then cloned the guy. I don't get it, but Hashirama Senju's cells basically become a miracle substance from here on out. Not only did they heal Madara's wounds, but they also bestowed upon him the legendary dojutsu known as the Rinnegan, only ever awakened by Hagoromo, and literally everybody else from the Boruto series. Sadly though, he's already an old prune by this time and cannot use them, so he takes them out and gives them to the newly born Nagato, who would grow up believing that they were his to start with. During the Second Shinobi World War, Jiraiya finds Nagato and his friends and decides to train them before leaving them again. He then decides to train a young shinobi named Minato Namikaze, as well as 2 other unimportant pupils. Poor guys.
Alright.
Minato ends up getting a crush on Kushina. Yes, these are the parents of Naruto, just in case you didn't know. During the Third Shinobi World War, Minato gets recognized as one of the most powerful shinobi in the world.
The greatest!
He even trains another person who would become Hokage, that being Kakashi. He also trains Rin and Obito. Rin dies, but Obito actually survives and basically becomes Ninja Darth Vader to Madara's Ninja Emperor Palpatine. After being crushed by a rock, Obito gives his Sharingan to a half-blinded Kakashi.
Kakashi's got the best story, bro. Kakashi's got the best storyline in my opinion, bro. He's got a great one, dog. He's got great lore to his name, dog. He losing his friends, right? Losing his dad, right? Like, then having been a student of one of the greatest Hokages, then growing up and becoming a GOAT, then seeing his friend again. Like, it's like, bro.
Definitely not something he'll regret later.
Then his friend giving him his eye. It's like,
Sure. He accepts his fate and prepares to die, but instead he's rescued by Madara, who decides this boy should be half Hashirama Senju, and gives him a freaking body transplant because Hashirama Senju's cells are just that, hacks. Madara then tells him about cause and effect, love and hate, and gives him a demonstration. Madara gets Rin killed but doesn't tell Obito that he killed her, which causes Darth Obito to fully commit to the dark side. Madara then decides to entrust the future of his plan to a 12-year-old and self-oofs by turning off his life support system. His last words being something akin to, "You better bring me back to life, ya hear?" During this time, Obito roams the world, making allies and seeding discord. He tries to befriend Nagato, but when Nagato's friends get in the way, he manipulates Hanzo and Danzo, no, they're not related, into having them killed. This cripples Nagato and causes him to change his name to Pain. Pain accepts Obito. As the Third Shinobi World War comes to an end, Konoha decides that they've had enough. So Hiruzen goes the way of Richard Nixon and resigns before he can be impeached for being a total loser. Instead, he names Minato Namikaze as the 4th Hokage, and the Fire Daimyo, a guy who looks like he couldn't care less, says, sure, why not? So Minato became the Hokage. Naruto Prelude, 1,000 years after Kaguya. Minato and Kushina love each other very much, and so they decide to have a baby. A tiny little bean in the oven is conceived and named Naruto, but Kakashi is depressed because everyone he loves died. So Minato decides to remind him why life matters by making him his wife's personal bodyguard. However, after Kushina comes to full term, Darth Obito shows up to take Kushina's 9 tails because, as it turns out, the secret plan Madara told him was that they could use the 10 tails to cast the world into a dream world, where everything is perfect, and all it would require was the simple task of capturing 9 gods.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, right? Well, he knows that the seal a Jinchuriki has weakens when a woman is giving birth, so Obito decides to crash Naruto's 0th birthday party and kill his mom. He manages to pretty much do that, but forgets that Minato is Minato and ends up getting his ass whooped.
Come on
He's
now.
kicked out of the village.
Come on now.
Minato manages to seal half of the 9 tails into his son while taking the other half with him to the grave. Naruto is then left orphaned, and Hiruzen decides to become Hokage again. What could go wrong? Well, let me list the things. Number 1, the Uchiha clan end up being massacred because Hiruzen didn't stop.
Damn, like this nigga Hiruzen is actually a shitty Hokage as I'm watching this, bro. I never even put these things together. This nigga sucks. Every time this man is in rule, the worst shit happens. This nigga's, damn. He just not there. He's ass.
Stop Danzo from being racist. Number 2,
what?
clan end up being massacred because Hiruzen didn't stop Danzo from being racist.
All right.
Number 2,
All right, that's
the
not his
Hidden
fault.
Cloud Village attempts to kidnap Hinata Hyuga for her Byakugan, but fails and then later pledges war unless Hiruzen turns over Hiyashi Hyuga.
Yeah.
Instead, Hiruzen sends Hiyashi's twin brother instead. Never be a twin in the Naruto world. Number 3, Orochimaru experiments on like 100 different villagers, and then when Hiruzen finds him and literally everyone says, kill him, Hiruzen decides to peace out
Yeah, you're
and
a fucking ass for that. I'm not gonna lie. To not kill him right there was the worst mistake you've made in your life, sir.
Orochimaru escape. Number 4, despite knowing who and what Naruto is, he decides that the best way to take care of him is to let the 4-year-old take care of himself in an apartment all by himself, and then he refuses to stop the village from committing hate crimes against him. Despite Naruto being a hero, Hiruzen lets him suffer because he doesn't want to take responsibility. As you can see, there's a reason why he was almost impeached. But despite this, Naruto somehow manages to stay optimistic, mostly by becoming a juvenile delinquent. This sets off the spark inside of him that makes him want to become Hokage, so he joins the academy where he fails multiple times.
Urare, do you think you're hilarious? You think you're fucking funny? You just think you made a fucking genius joke right there? You thought that was a genius joke? Did you think that was a genius joke? How long did it take you to fucking cook that one up, you fucking idiot? Shove a fist up your ass, huh? How about that one? Shut the fuck up, sit your ass down and watch the fucking video, okay? Anybody ask you to say shit? Did anybody ask you to fucking speak? Unless you're spoken to, don't fucking speak again. Alright? You understand me? Yeah? The fuck's wrong with you, man? Huh? We're watching Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki fucking Barrage. You understand me? Sit your ass down. And Deadeye, shut your stupid ass up with your shitty ass name, alright? Sit your ass down and watch the video. Uzumaki Barrage. Alright? The fuck is wrong with you?
Naruto wants to become Hokage, so he joins the academy where he fails multiple times. Naruto era, 1012 years after Kaguya. Naruto finally passes the test only after stealing a scroll and reading how to do a harder version of the ninjutsu he couldn't do before. For real, what are they teaching these kids in school? If Naruto can learn a harder jutsu just by reading about it, then what the heck was Irika-sensei doing in that classroom? Well, after graduating, Naruto's like, oh boy, I get to be a genin. I sure hope I get to be on a team with Sakura, and I sure hope that stupid Sasuke isn't gonna be there. Naruto then gets put on a team with Sakura and Sasuke. Kakashi is chosen to be their sensei, and he tests their teamwork by making them try to solve an impossible task. He has to set the bar super low because Naruto is Naruto, and in the end, they pass it and go on to become his students. But
Happy birthday, Krispy Kremes. Happy birthday.
it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Or happy birthday
like,
to your
"Believe
mom."
it, I want a cooler mission, one with death and fighting and constant danger. And Hiruzen's like, okay, let me hook you up. This is the start of the Land of Waves arc, and they have to follow an old guy back to his village that's owned by the Ninja Mafia, but along the way they get attacked by 2 different teams of mercenaries. They manage to beat both, but Kakashi's use of Obito's Sharingan leaves him bedridden. During this time, Naruto trains himself half to death and meets the series' first gender-fluid character, Haku. He's a pretty boy that likes pretty dresses, but will also kill you deader than a possum on a highway if you threaten his master. Naruto befriends Haku, but does not realize that Haku is his enemy. Naruto also meets another boy who he doesn't like, but ends up becoming friends with, named Inari. In the end, they have to fight Haku and his master Zabuza on the bridge, where we get a Sasuke death fake-out that makes Naruto awaken his Nine-Tails powers. Naruto comes to realize that the world sucks, and that good guys can be just as bad as bad guys, and proceeds to make Zabuza cry with his Talk no Jutsu. Zabuza sacrifices himself to kill his employer and avenges the death of Haku, and everyone goes home. Despite this only being their first real mission, Kakashi decides to put them in the chunin exams. He's like, yo, Hiruzen, I'm speedrunning these kids. I want to put them in the exam.
Because they're
Hiruzen
goated.
accepts, and then Asuma and Kurenai decide to do the same. Thus, the Rookie 9 are born. Everyone signs up, and Rock Lee beats the crap out of Sasuke, only to have a manly cry with Might Guy before doing 1,000,000 laps. As the exams start, Naruto is faced with his kryptonite, a written test. But through gutsiness and plot armor, he manages to pass. Then comes the Forest of Death, where Orochimaru shows up creepily and decides to hyperfixate on owning the body of a young boy. Bro might as well have showed up in a white van offering candy. He bites Sasuke's neck
Bro's a
and gives
freak
him
for
the
real.
world's most evilest hickey.
To
and
bite a little
pleased to
nigga's
see.
neck is crazy.
Sasuke, with his newfound hickey powers, ends up halfway destroying Orochimaru's not-so-loyal servants who have come to kill him. He only stops when Sakura reminds him that true power comes not from hickeys, but from love. something that becomes a main theme in the series. They survive the Forest of Death and end up going on to the final round, which is a fist fight. Sasuke, however, for fear of succumbing to the Hiki, decides to fight with only his fists instead of ninjutsu and actually manages to pass. He then has Kakashi put an evil Hiki sealing jutsu on him to make sure that the thing doesn't cause him any more issues. After the first rounds, they get a month off, and Naruto meets with Jiraiya and decides to learn how to become a better shinobi. For a month they train, and Naruto learns to utilize his tailed beast as well as his Rasengan. All the while, Kakashi teaches Sasuke how to use Chidori. The chunin exams finally continue, but get crashed by Orochimaru, who kills Hiruzen. Such a horrible loss for Konoha. Naruto and Sasuke end up beating up Gaara, who was actually supposed to be a threat, but just had a mental breakdown and ran home. Despite beating him up, they still let him run away, making it the most useless fight ever. But hey, Naruto's let's be friends personality is enough to push through even schizophrenia and makes Gaara normal. After this, though, Konoha needs a new Hokage, so they decide the best person to choose is an alcoholic woman who spends her golden years gambling in Naruto, Las Vegas. They go there, but find that she's meeting with
bro, they really don't be picking good Hokages, bro. Like, as I'm hearing him say this, like, I'm like, you're right, bro. They did pick an alcoholic and someone who just gambles all the time, bro. They really did not pick a good one. I would honestly say that she was the worst Hokage until Hiruzen. Like, now I'm like, nah. I think Hiruzen is the worst Hokage for real. Like, I think he is. Like, I think he's just like, that nigga had too many wars happening under his belt. Like, you could just say it all wasn't his fault. He was just in at a bad time, but the closest nigga to him, Hanzo, was able to kill a whole clan and he didn't know anything about it. His own student was experimenting on people and he let him run away. It's like, you might just suck. you might just suck. Is it because she's a woman that she's the worst? I'm not saying I'm sexist, but yes. No, okay.
Orochimaru. They fear that she's joining him, but instead she betrays the Snake Man and tries to kill him. Tsunade, despite being a doctor, is scared of looking at blood, so the more she fights, the less effective she'll become. But with Naruto and Jiraiya's help, she is victorious. Returning home, Sasuke is pissed off at Naruto. He basically says, why are you Kishimoto's favorite? I work hard all day and I only learn Chidori. Then you hang out with an old grandpa outside a woman's bathhouse and now you can topple gods? And Naruto's response is basically, cope. So the two fight and nearly kill each other and Sakura, but they're stopped by Kakashi, who tells them that they're all idiots. Later that night, the Sound Four show up and tell Sasuke that the power of his Hiki will be enough to grant him the power of fratricide, and that all he has to do is come over to Orochimaru's house. Sasuke decides to take this offer up, but Sakura tries to stop him, and he gives the most confusing love confession to her before
Edie with another 10 gifted. W's in the chat, man. Edie, bro. Is it Naruto doing it to you like this, bro? Because if so, bro, we can do these all day. W's in the chat, bro. We can do these all day, Big E. What are you at right now? How many gifts does Edie have altogether? Chat. Edie has 484 gifted in total, bro. W's. 484. Come on now. Come on now, bro. Holy crap.
knocking her ass out. Naruto gives the most confusing love confession to her before knocking her ass out. Naruto and the others decide to go after Sasuke, but each get caught by the Sound 4 plus Kimimaro, who is another member nobody mentioned until now. But with the help of Rock Lee and Gaara, the Sound 4 are defeated. Naruto fights Sasuke at the Valley of the End, and Naruto's like, what does Orochimaru have that Konoha doesn't have? And Sasuke says candy and fratricide. So the two fight, but Sasuke beats Naruto and leaves the village. End of Shippuden, 1015 to 1017 years after Kaguya. Naruto, after training with Jiraiya for about 2.5 years, finally comes back to the village, ready to hunt Sasuke down and free him from the Hiki Snake's control. But before he can do that, he learns that Gaara got kidnapped by the Akatsuki, and so he's sent to rescue Gaara.
Gaara is just done dirty. Gaara is done dirty. over and over and over and over and over again in this series, bro. It's like, bro, he was such a cool character, bro. And I feel like he had so much potential, but they just more than nerfed this nigga. They more than nerfed him, bro. They didn't give a fuck about him. First nigga to lose his fucking Shukaku, first nigga to lose Shukaku. Made him ugly in Shippuden. Damn near freaking dies. Dies to the weakest nigga in the Akatsuki. Nigga can't even protect his village. It's like, damn, bro.
Finds Gaara is already dead. So Sakura and Chiyo, who is the source of misery in the hidden sand basically, fight against Sasori and kill him before Chiyo gives her life to save Gaara. Deidara escapes though. Sasori, despite having been evil, decides to tell everyone about his planned meeting with Kabuto at the Tenchi Bridge. Returning to Konoha, they decide to send Team 7 along with the new member, a pale boy in a crop top named Sai, who despite smiling doesn't actually know what a smile is. He also has a killer tongue tattoo, but that's not important right now. Or
Sai's
maybe
a freak.
It is. See, he secretly works for Root, which is a secret organization within the Anbu. It's like the CIA of the CIA. It's also run by Danzo, that guy who seems to love manipulating people into killing each other. He tells Sai, hey, go kill Sasuke, he's the only Uchiha I missed. And Sai agrees because he doesn't have a personality of his own to argue back with. They meet at the bridge, but their ambush is discovered, and Orochimaru proves why he's superior to Naruto by catching him in version 2. They escape, but Sai rushes ahead to join Orochimaru, telling him he wants to join his group, and despite being a shinobi, Orochimaru naively allows this. Sai finds Sasuke and tries to kill him, but at the last moment he decides not to because apparently he's decided to have a personality now. They find the place, but Orochimaru escapes. But not before Sasuke decides to try and kill Naruto though, proving to the audience that he is a threat. After this comes the arc where they hunt down the Akatsuki. The main antagonists for this arc are Hidan and Kakuzu. Kakuzu is an Akatsuki member who kills every partner he gets, so
This is where I'm on. This is the part I'm on right now. I'm rewatching it right now, and this is the exact part that I'm on. I'm literally Hidan in and whatever the other guy's name is. What is his name?
For this arc are Hidan threat. After this comes the arc where they hunt down the Akatsuki. The main antagonists for this arc are Hidan and Kakuzu.
And it's about to be the saddest shit ever, bro. It's about to be the saddest shit ever. Oh. It's about to be so sad. It's about to get spoiled, but it's about to be so sad all over again.
Kakuzu is an Akatsuki member who kills every partner he gets, so Obito decided to hook him up with a cult member
Happy
who
birthday,
literally can't be
Porcus.
killed, because apparently those exist. For real, Hidan's whole existence busts the Dragon Ball world. If you can just choose to be immortal, why don't we get more of that? Anyway, they get cornered by Asuma Saratobi's group, and by the way, Asuma is the son of Hiruzen. Or shall I say he was, because Hidan decides to turn him into a pincushion and kill him. While this happens though, they send Naruto to create a new technique, and he does, but they call it a forbidden technique and tell him to never use it again. He ignores this though, and does it anyway. He helps hunt down Hidan and Kakuzu and uses his technique to kill Kakuzu, while Hidan ends up decapitated and buried. Elsewhere, Sasuke is finally fed up with Orochimaru and decides to kill him before he can take over his body.
Yeah.
Orochimaru's like, you fool, this wasn't even my final form. But Sasuke just stares him down and kills him in that form too. Little did Sasuke know, Orochimaru's Hiki was for more than just show. Sasuke decides, now's a good time to kill my brother, so he goes and gathers his own villain team and heads off after him. All the while, Jiraiya goes to the village hidden in the rain and discovers that Nagato...
This is where they just start killing goats, Jack. This is where they just start killing goats, bro. What's up, Tranquility? Welcome in. Right now, we're watching a goat right now, bro. Right now, we're watching the goats. Top of the big three. And it's about to get sad, bro.
Now called Pain is behind the Akatsuki, and Pain flat out kills Jiraiya without even caring about their history. Man, so cold. He just...
You think this is more sad than when Neji died? Who's the saddest death, bro? Jiraiya or Neji? No one really gave a fuck about Neji's death for real. Right? Because I feel like it was during the war. Niggas was kind of just like, fuck that nigga. But Neji was still sad, bro. Neji, because he died by his stick.
throws...
Poll it. That's a good idea, actually. Let's see what chat's thinking. For those that have watched it, you know. Fucking two great ass deaths, bro.
Bros kindness away like their history. Man, so cold.
I don't give a fuck about that
He
history.
just throws bros kindness away like that.
Can you listen to my dad's song and rate it? It's called Windows Down. It's on YouTube by Squints. Alright, after this, I got you.
There was much popsicle melting in Naruto's future from then on. Sasuke finally finds Itachi and says, I am Sasuke Uchiha. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Itachi's like, but bro, you don't even have the Mangekyo's Sharingan. I don't need them, Sasuke says. Itachi proceeds to show him exactly why he needed them before dying suddenly of tuberculosis. But before he does, he seals away the Hiki on Sasuke's neck along with Orochimaru, who was secretly still alive. Sasuke laughs at this. Haha, victory by default, the greatest of all victories. But his happiness doesn't last long because Darth Obito takes him to the...
I ain't gonna lie, Sasuke ain't get one good W in Shippuden. I'm gonna just say this flat out. Sasuke didn't, like, all his wins were, like, by default. It was like he either was about to lose he either was about to lose and got the win. Like, that's what it was. He's either about to lose and got the win or getting his ass saved. Like,
was secretly still alive. Sasuke laughs at this. Haha, victory by default, the greatest of all victories. But his happiness doesn't last long because Darth Obito takes him to the side and says,
tells him
"Yo,
everything.
your brother actually was coerced into killing your clan." Sasuke was so upset. Why couldn't you tell me this sooner? So Sasuke changes his target to Konoha and decides to kill everyone involved in the plot against the Uchiha. Sad Naruto is still moping around, so Tsunade decides to send him to live with some frogs. While there, Naruto learns to become a sage. But while he's gone, Pain decides that he's had enough of waiting and decides to go Thanos and do it himself. Sadly, Naruto's out for milk right now, so this attack is meaningless. That is until Naruto shows up wearing his master's Haru.
let go!
You know you're...
This is aura right here. You see this scene right here, chat? You see this scene right here? This is aura. You see this? That's what aura looks like. When he came in like sage mode, that's what that is. That's big aura, boy. The fuck? You're like, come on, boy. I'm not gonna let you take.
You're cooked when bro comes wearing the clothes of the man you killed. Naruto and Pain fight so hard that the quality of the animation drops massively. In the end, though, Naruto tells Pain, yes, I do hate you, but I'm not gonna kill you because I don't want to be a bad guy. Pain dies anyway, though, because plot justice. Tsunade's in a coma, and so she has to be replaced by Danzo, who fancies himself as the 6th Hokage and starts looking for a good place to put his face up on the rock.
Hell no.
Probably facing toward the Uchiha compound so he can always see his handiwork. Turns out that all of his actions were based out of jealousy toward Hiruzen because he wanted to be Hokage more, and now he is Hokage. But at his age, he can't shake his personality, so when the 5 Kage meet to discuss who the leader of the allied shinobi forces is, he tries to cheat with one of his million stolen Sharingan, but he's not as sly as he thinks because Ao catches him double dealing and gets bro ejected from the game. It's at about this time that Sasuke shows up that says, "My name is Sasuke Uchiha, you killed my father, prepare to die," and chases Danzo out onto a bridge where he proceeds to kill Danzo. Or
Fuck outta
so
here.
he thought. Turns out Danzo has nothing but Uno reverse cards packed up his sleeve, but Sasuke
Fuck.
has something even better than Uno reverse cards. A crazed and obsessed girl who he can give hickeys to whenever he wants. Drinking her like a juice box, Sasuke manages to outlast Danzo and kills him, while Darth Obito challenges...
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. She's a freak. she got the freakiest powers of all, my dog. She got the freakiest powers of all, and it's fantastic for Sasuke, who almost dies every damn time. You know, she might just be Sarada's mom for real. Y'all might not be wrong on that. She might just be.
But Uno reverse cards packed up his sleeve. But Sasuke has something even better than Uno reverse cards. A crazed and obsessed girl who he can give...
And it would make sense, too. It would make sense that she's Sarada's mom, and Sakura would still take care of her. And Sakura would still take care of her because you know who Sakura is. She's down bad for this nigga. It doesn't matter what he does. Doesn't matter what he does. Who he sleep with. Who he's killed. She's like, dog, I'll always be here for you. I will be your child's stepmom. Like, come on, bro.
He's too whenever he wants. Drinking her like a juice box, Sasuke manages to outlast Danzo and kills him, while Darth Obito challenges the world to another war. And despite everyone being on the same side right now, they decide to call it a world war anyway. So with Danzo dead, the fire daimyo's like, well damn, who's left to become Hokage? Everyone in Konoha plays a massive game of not it, which Kakashi loses, so he becomes the 6th. Tsunade later wakes up and realizes she got fired. As the war starts, they send Naruto away as he and Killer Bee are the only Jinchuriki whose tailed beasts aren't captured. They meet on Turtle Island and they train, where Naruto has to hug it out with himself.
Let's be honest, she was kind of the side chick until Sakura stole him back. I mean, yeah, she was the side chick, but she was with him. She was with him during the most important part of his years. You know? So, like, you're telling me in that whole part they didn't have a baby? She's pregnant. She was probably pregnant when he got her killed on that bridge right there. And that's how the baby happened, bro. That might have been it, man. Like, if we got a Naruto anime version so that we can see, like, behind the scenes, we probably, like, understand a bit more. Because why is Sarada wearing glasses? It's a good question. It's a good question to always ask.
He confronts Kurama. They meet Naruto away. Tsunade later wakes up and realizes she got fired. As the war starts, they send Naruto away as he and Killer Bee are the only Jinchuriki whose tailed beasts aren't captured. They meet on Turtle Island and they train, where Naruto has to hug it out with himself.
This is the best training arc
He
right here.
confronts Kurama, but when he can't win, he calls up his mom. She comes down from heaven with her Lachankla and beats Kurama half to death with it and lets Naruto take his chakra. Naruto uses this to achieve a form that only the Nine Tails can achieve and then uses that to realize that a whole freaking world war is going on. Feeling overwhelmed with FOMO, he and Bee rush out to join it. During the war, Itachi comes back to life, as does Pain, but after seeing the light because a crow looked at him funny, Itachi decides it's better to just team up on the cripple and seals him away forever. He then rushes off after Kabuto, Orochimaru's little friend, and Sasuke follows after. They manage to defeat him with a special genjutsu and Itachi gets to go to heaven. Sasuke decides it's better to have Orochimaru around than dead and has him revived with the hiki on the neck of Uncle Mitarashi. Together they bring Hashirama Senju, Tobirama, Dumble Hiruzen, and Minato Namikaze back to life. They then rush off to fight in the war. Turns out Obito never needed the Nine Tails at all because he had the Gold and Silver brothers, both of whom had Nine Tails chakra inside of them. They get fed to the Ghetto statue and it becomes the Ten Tails.
Wow.
It kills a lot of people, including Neji Hyuga, and then blows up all the main hero's parents before being absorbed by Obito. But with the power of friendship, they managed to rip it right out of him. During this time, Madara Uchiha managed to return to life after Zetsu forced Obito to utilize Samsara of Heavenly Life. Madara pokes Obito real hard with a big stick and then pulls out Naruto's tailed beast and becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. But Naruto and Sasuke are saved by a Deus Ex Machina when Hagoromo shows up and says, "Surprise, you're both reincarnations of my son.
Yeah.
I've decided to finally stop showing favoritism and give you both proper love." He then gives Sasuke
Let me give you these powers.
Naruto a new transformation.
Let me give you these
They go to
powers.
fight Madara, but Madara suddenly swells up like a balloon and pops, turning into Kaguya Otsutsuki, who apparently was the puppet master
Yeah,
all
so it was
along.
like,
That
this was the
doesn't say-
craziest plot twist. This didn't even make any sense. Like, it was like, what? This didn't even make any sense. I'm sitting there like, what?
love. He then gives Sasuke a Rinnegan and Naruto a new transformation. They go to fight Madara, but Madara suddenly swells up like a balloon and pops, turning into Kaguya Otsutsuki, who apparently was the puppet master all along. That doesn't save her though, because Naruto and Sasuke seal her away into another moon in another dimension. After this, one might think that everything is said and done. Naruto and Sasuke are friends again, right?
They have to have
Wrong.
one last fight.
They still hate each other, and Sasuke decides that he's gonna be the next main antagonist. But Naruto fights him, and in the process, they both lop off each other's arms. With Sasuke finally tired of being emo Prince of the Edgelords, he decides to be regular good guy Prince of the Edgelords. Naruto the Last, 1019 years after Kaguya. Well, technically it's now only 2 years after Kaguya because she came back. Ishiki's still in hiding and screwing around to find a way to reincarnate back into a better body, and Naruto is now the hero of the village. Hinata Hyuga loves him to death but is too shy to do anything about it. However, now she has a stalker. Remember when I said Hamada went to the moon? Well, all of his clan died off and now there's only one guy left. His name is Toneri, and his thing is not having eyeballs. But his other thing is having the best eyeballs when he finally gets some. Consider this Hamada's last screw you for being passed over for cool eyeballs. He stalks Hinata and is like, "Hey, wanna see a cool trick?" And she's like, "Sure." So he shows her his empty sockets and was like, "Wanna go make babies on the moon?" She was like, "No," but he's like, "Too bad, and bring
I'm
your
stealing
hot
you
sister
anyways.
too." So Hinata and Hanabi both get kidnapped, and Toneri decides to use Hanabi for spare parts and takes her eyeballs. They
Oh,
turn into a
shit.
dojutsu we've never heard of before called the Tensaigon, but basically their function is to be Majora's Mask and pull the moon out from the sky. Toneri hates humanity because they killed each other, which is kind of funny because his clan did the same thing. Naruto, though, decides to go to the moon and whoops his ass for kidnapping Hinata.
Yeah, don't
And
touch
in the
my girl.
process, he discovers he loves her and is like, hey, wanna get married and have babies? And she's like, I thought you'd never freaking ask. And so they do, and that's how the Boruto series was created. What do you think about those bad apples? That's how it went, word for word. Now that you know how the Naruto series went, you're ready to understand Boruto. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff if you want to see more videos like this. Until next time, peace out.
This was the greatest video I have ever seen in my whole 27 years of existing. This was a fantastic history. Like, subscribe. I loved every bit of this banger. Keep these babies coming. Yes, sir. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Goated. Goated. Returned error. The hell you mean? Let me comment. There we go. There we go.